And what's good, my dormice? Welcome back to the woods. And we're here right after YCS Houston. And who are we here with?
Christian Agustin, aka KRRAAAABBBZZZZTV.
Oh, snapping at the YCS. You did a thing, man. What you do this weekend?
I got top 8 at YCS Houston.
Oh, snap. Congrats, man. Congrats. And if I remember correctly, the only Malice player in top 8, right?
Yeah, it's the only Malice player in top 8.
Oh,
so,
snap. Crypter's chosen soldier. Let's go. All right, we're about to get into the deck profile. Before that, do you have any shout-outs, bro?
Yeah, shout out the 4 amigos here at the table, the guys I room with. We're just at the hotel. Shout out Foxy, the one filming, for being my cheerleader, giving me the energy to get top 8 of the YCS. Shout out Dom, Slendermancer, like and subscribe. Please subscribe to this
Welcome
man.
to the woods.
Yeah, he let me half his deck because my cards were warped. Shout out Mark for driving and being the GOAT, for helping us with like everything. Loki, I love him. Yeah, and then shout out Yuri. What's good, my Uka? What's good?
Yuri Diaz,
the GOAT. Shout out Raul. He's good. I'm glad I didn't listen to him, but he helped me theory a bit, I guess, before the thing, like the day before. Shout out Ed. He's the GOAT. Shifter was a good card. And shout out Francisco, actually. If you're listening to this, I copied most of your deck list. I only made a couple changes, so the list performed very, very well. I also saw you out there in the top tables. And then shout out my parents, I guess. Shout out my brothers, and yeah, shout out California, best state.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into the profile. What you play, man?
All right, so I played pure Malice. There's some spice in here, but it was pure, so the engine, pretty standard. 3 Dormouse, best normal summon in the game in my opinion. It does so much. 3 White Rabbit, pretty standard as well. It's also 1 card combo along with Dormouse. You just want to see one of these 6 every game. That's how you win the game.
For a fact.
The thing that won't be standard is you might see like 2 or 3 Chessie. I think it's in pure. It's correct to max out on them. I like to think of it as like when you go second, it's like normal summoning like a Tempai card, so it just wins you the game on the spot. If you go first, it's just Snake Eye Ash. So you summon it, it resolves, you win. So just play as many as you can. Along with that 3 field spell, it's any of the names that's also an extender. You can play without your normal summon with this, or you can play around Perulia, so just play max. 1 of each trap. You need to play each trap. I know what some people do is they might side like 1 of these out. I decided like before the tournament, I never was siding these out because like a lot of the games this format, they go to a grind game. Like it just happens a lot, especially if there's Lancia involved. Yeah. So I think it's important that all 3 of these are in your deck, like at the whole game, the whole match.
Word.
More engine, gold start terraforming. These 2 are also starters. This one's a little better than terraforming in the field spell, but yeah, I'm glad we still have it.
You weren't scared to draw terraforming?
No, every time I got trolled, I won. So
yeah, I mean, I guess that doesn't really matter.
I'm playing pure Malice, right?
Right.
And then so that's Malice engine. The only last 2 like engine, I guess, is 2 Allure.
Oh, why only 2, not 3?
Yeah, this is 40 cards. I think 2 is a good number because like post side, you really just want to side these out because these are really bad into Lancia. So and 2 is a nice number for like post side because like these are never in my deck, like games 2 and 3. Like they're not really that good. That's it for the engine. It should be 19 engine. Next for the non-engine, this is my my favorite part of the deck.
Oh, snap.
I'm glad they hit this card. This card should have been hit a long time ago.
Snap.
But, yeah, I didn't play that much. Actually, most of my tournament experience was Malice. But the non-Malice games, like I played 2 Fiendsmith Ryzeal and a Yubel. Like I drew it versus them, and it won me the game. My opponent told me after. Yeah, that was a good card. Yeah, so 3 Shifter. Then my other favorite part of the deck, the Bestial. So 1 Magnemute, 3 Druisworm, and 3 Baldrake. So I noticed a lot of Malices, they were actually cutting down on the Bestials. I guess because like the argument is that more people are playing pure. I don't really see these as like non-engine. I see them more as like engine because I don't know if you guys played like Tri-Brigade format, but like when it gets to a grind game, you want to top deck these. Like top decking these, like if you have a Dormouse in game, it's better than just like having a name. And plus like this plus any Malice name, you automatically beat 3 hand drops. Like it's just especially with Link Decoder, like you just play through everything.
Yeah,
so
I
I think
found
it's
that out
super
during
important.
testing.
Yeah, it's super important that I think you play just all the good ones. Like I'm not playing Star here because I'm playing Shifter, and I think anything more than 7 is probably too much. So like I always want to draw these, so that's why I like 7 rather than like 5 or 6.
Sweet.
Okay, so that's it for the monster non-engine. Then I have the other non-engine.
Oh snap! The library.
So yeah, both of Eclipse. So this card's crazy. Like what I noticed too is a lot of people were playing cross out in the main deck. So if you do that, you get punished a lot by playing like hand traps like Ash, like Fool Loss, like Droll, like things like that. So if you play non-engine that can't be cross-outed, you're at a bigger advantage into those decks. Like this is so good into Ryzeal because like it flips their board face down. Sure, like they can revive it with twins, but like you have Bystials and you have more non-engine to deal with the detonator that comes back.
Right. Oh, snap.
Yeah, to go with these, I have 3 talents.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, this is not standard at all. Yeah, I'm glad this card got hit too. It has 3 banned effects in 1 card. Yeah, it pairs so well with the books. I'm also playing 3 thrusts to pair with it. Ooh. Most of the time, honestly, the thrust was searching talents. Just because like when you're going second into a board, like into Ryzeal, you can just take detonator or then therefore to pop it. In the mirror, I think talents is the card that wins the game, honestly. Like because people have been cutting Dotscaper. The boards aren't as big nowadays, so like a single talents, like you going second into the mirror usually wins. Last 2, the Spice. Main deck.
Hold on. What? What?
Yeah. So
all right. So you gonna need to explain this, big dog.
Yeah. So I saw this in Francisco's list. I thought it was Pope. Of course, it's like if you go first, why would you want to see this? But the thing is, like when you go second, this is probably the most unfair card, especially if they're maining like Imperm, Crossout, Metaltronus, or maybe they're maining like books as well. This card can single-handedly deal with like 3 or like 4 interruptions, especially since like. The 2 best decks, like Ryzeal always has Cross, some back row, and then Malice always has like GWC, MTP, like and whatever back row, like Impulses and stuff. And speaking of that, last card, Impulse. It's just a good non-engine. I didn't want to play 3 because like into the best deck Ryzeal, like I don't think this card is that good.
Yeah.
It's only really good in the mirror, I'd say. And I just wanted something to set off my thrust if I go first. That's a good like strong interruption. Yeah, so that's it for the main deck.
You said 40 card main, right?
Yeah, 40 card main. I want to see my Shifter.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah. Extra deck next?
Yeah.
Okay, extra deck. I still assume my token. Shout out Yugi, G Idol.
Snap.
Yeah, shout out the rest of G Idol. Love your music.
Yo, K-pop go crazy.
Yeah. Shout out Twice. Also love them. I have like half of them here. They're the waifus.
Yo, this dude tokens is as much as his main deck. Golly.
Nah, you can get them on Amazon.
Don't I say the waifu twice?
Yeah, low key, right? Okay, so links, basically all links. Ones. So I'm sad this card got banned because Loki, this was the broken part of the deck. Like it made it so Malice plus Abystial was like you always beat 3 interruptions. So I think this was a good hit though. At the end of the day, I decided to play this. Like Francisco played this as well. I came up a few times. It's one of the cards also when you go second into the mirror, it helps you beat it because if they don't shotgun GWC, like you just leave this on field, either they have to remove it or you force an interruption, then you just talent them for their life savings.
Life savings is so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, then Link 2's Dark. Some people are cutting this. It actually won me a lot of games in the mirror. You can just steal like their Dormouse or White Rabbit, and then if you break on Bystials, you can just turn both of them into Dark, crash into a guy, and then you can just search Dormouse. And then make
people forget about
it. It comes up.
Here,
Lizardos, Link to Extender, you gotta play it. Splash Mage, it comes up a lot. IP, and best end board piece under Fua, and it's really good after you pick a board too. SP, Extender, and its interruption, like it's really good. Here's some spice. So playing both Nightmares. I guess like people are playing this one to play around Chaos Center, and then this one I like because it lets you beat, or it's like Solemn Strike. The other broken thing I found in testing with these is if you have Shifter, since they discard and you're under Shifter, say you draw like a hand of like 3 names, you can just discard the name under Shifter, summon it back, and then you just like you combo like to infinity.
When you have
snap!
Yeah. Yo, that's what you
yeah, when you brick on too many names.
That's why it's top 8, bro.
Yeah.
For a fact.
Link 2s, and then I have Link 3s, Red Ransom, White Binder, the best one.
Yo,
Crypter.
way back.
I didn't summon Red Ransom
Crypter.
too many times. I only really summoned it to make access code because you pull for like 1,000,000 damage.
Right.
And then sometimes maybe if I wanted to draw off Jesse. White Binder, every game I'm summoning this. I'm always summoning this under 5 summons. I think if you're not doing that, you're behind. Like you need to prioritize this. This is the most important end board piece for sure. Crypter's probably the second most important end board piece. Like just these two in rotation with the traps. Like that's all you need to win the game. Like to be honest.
You're her chosen soldier, bro.
Yeah, bro. She's the girl.
Probably evolve to a queen.
Yeah, then the only 2 Link 4s I'm playing. Access code, that's standard. That's how you kill your opponent easily, and it's low-key an extender when you go second.
Yeah.
So the only card from Francisco's extra deck I changed is, instead of Heat Soul, I'm playing this.
Oh, snap.
Yeah,
Is that
I'm
Firewall?
using. Yeah, I'm using
The
the rare altar. But basically what I found was with Heat Soul, it's only good if you're playing like a ton of hand traps. Obviously, you can see I'm only playing Bestial, so like there wasn't really anything good I'm drawing. So I tried to test this instead, because what I found is like if you're ending on this, you can play around Metal Tronus because everyone's playing it. Like on your White Binder, you just bounce back the White Binder.
Yo, that's
and
crazy.
When you end on this next to SP, it's just broken. Like I was making this, like if I was to go full combo, I would just end on these 2, and it just played around everything. It makes it so all of your Malice things can interrupt safely because these 2 like can help dodge stuff.
Right.
So, and then the last card, Typhon. It came up a lot in my testing the night before. It only came up twice in the tournament. It was okay. Like it sort of won me the game both times. So.
Never comes up until he's gone.
Yeah, it came up though. Shout out Mark for letting me borrow. Yeah.
Wait, well, hold on. No Bonquiqui or Abawa?
Yeah, I can talk about that for
No
a bit.
Abawa or Griffin?
Yeah.
Wait,
So,
hold on. Yeah, we gotta run that back.
What I found is like Malice is so strong going first with just its monsters like White Binder, Crypter, like and then IPSP Firewall as well. So I wanted to prioritize having a better going second. So I wanted to make sure these were in my deck because these are the cards that help you break boards. Like Abao and Griffin, like they're good. Don't get me wrong; they make it so your like end board is like really good. But I just wanted a better going second because I think really that's Malice's problem. It's not really going first; it's going second. So I really wanted to make sure my deck was good for that. Yeah. Side deck. Standard 3 Lancia. This should be in your side deck. Malice is still like a problem. If you don't have this, the game feels unwinnable sometimes if you don't have this in your deck. The other card I changed. Francisco was playing 3 Chaos Hunter. I decided to play 3 Full Loss. I thought Chaos Hunter was a little bit too targeted. I honestly was not expecting to see that much Malice. I wanted a card that had a little more overlap, so like something I could side into like Fiendsmith, Ryziel. Like this is also good versus Malice as well, and then any other like rogue decks. This can just cook them for their life savings if they don't have the answer.
Life saving, that piggy bank looking crazy.
Yeah, and then that's those called by just for Lancia basically. Lightning Storms. I also wanted to main these because this is just Duster at home.
Yo.
2 more Impulses, mainly for the Mirror and decks they were good against. And then I'm playing 4 going first thrust targets. So Sanctum, Mirror, DDG, Rogue, and then also like Fiendsmith, Ryziel. I think it's good. And then these 2 are more targeted towards pure Ryziel. D-Barrier, that's pretty standard. And then this is the Spice Mischief of the Gnomes.
Wait. Explain to the people who don't know what this card do, bro.
Yeah. So basically, it changes the level of the monsters in their hand to decrease by 1. So I like this a bit better than D-Barrier though because it essentially accomplishes the same thing. Like they can't overlay their guys into a rank 4, but also you can do the exact same thing but in graveyard. So say like you're in game states where they have Lancia or double Lancia, this is the card that saves you. D-Barrier is only 1 turn, this is 2. So this can potentially save you from like Lancia Fua, Meows, like if they keep just doing that over and over again. You just have this and you're fine. Yeah, that's it. Can't complain. The list felt very, very solid. I unfortunately I lost the top 8 to Pure Ryziel. That guy was really good. His list was also really cracked. He was playing things like plug-in.
Shout out Kevin, he went crazy.
Yeah. So
Switzerland boys.
Yeah, shout outs to him for sure. Yeah.
So list drop. I gotta talk about it. What you think about the Malice hits and what you think about the deck going forward? For this current format that we're going to be in for the next month and post Alliance Insight.
Yeah, so for current format, I think the deck definitely drops. Like having one shifter, it sucks because a lot of matches become harder. One link decoder I think was also the strongest hit because now you can't play through hand traps as much.
Yes,
let's
it
be honest.
definitely lost its resilience.
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah,
man.
and then having 2 of each engine that also kind of blows because we don't have a rota. We don't, honestly, Malice itself doesn't have that much consistency.
What do you mean? Chessie's still at 3?
I guess, but yeah, like honestly, a lot of the Malice games, like you're bricking. You know what I mean? Now it just increases the problem even more. And then what other hits were there? I guess Ryzeal got hit a bit.
Cross out.
Yeah, cross out. You can't cross out Lancia, so I think we're forced to play Thrust now.
So what do you think about the deck post Alliance Insight?
Yeah, I think it's still strong. Like I've been paying attention to the OCG a little bit. Like Malice is still a tier 1 deck there. I think too that also makes the Druid Swarm hit a bit weaker because like the new one is just basically just a Bystial, but it's also a Malice name. And then like breaking boards becomes a bit easier because you have Malice in the mirror, and you can also use field spells as Rhoda because of that card. And we also have the Ignister cards, which help you play through Lancia, and it's more starters than extenders. So I think the deck only goes up like post Alliance Insight.
Nice,
for sure.
nice. Well, man, it was a great trip. You know, you're my boy. You're the homie. So glad to see you top. If anybody deserved this, you did, man. We know you was in the trenches testing with us. We was testing all night in the Crash Out core, bro. I know how much much work you put in. I know how much this means to you. We're all collectively proud of you, man.
That's love, brother. Thank you.
No problem, man. All right, signing out. Peace.